name is Jessica Mixon, and I live in New Jersey. Before I began on ketamine, there was no joy and happiness in my life. I was existing. I'm sorry, I had a very terrible brain trauma injury in an accident, car accident. I was just existing. I wasn't that person before the accident. But when I began taking the ketamine, within days, life became open to me again, and I started to feel happy, moments of happiness, glad to be alive. I hadn't felt that for 7 years. So for 7 years, I've been pretty much disabled. So you have to understand that first. I had no depression before, no anxiety, no PTSD. People used to say to me, "You're the most patient person I ever met in my life. You have the patience of Job. Are you ever afraid of anything? You seem so brave." That was who I was. I was kind of like a warrior. So I had this accident and I turned into a person who, with a brain trauma injury, I did not know who I was. I did not know the essence of who I was, my personality. I was lost. I've been receiving the microdosing on ketamine from Joyous for about 2 months. And within the first 3 weeks, the PTS episodes were so much less, shorter lived and less frequent. The depression had lifted. The anger issues, quick to anger, which I never was an angry person before, that went away before the car accident, the brain trauma injury. So within weeks, everything began to change and I began to become myself again, the person I was before. It's amazing and it's hard to believe, but I was a 0 out of 10 on the happiness meter. I had no joy and no happiness in my life. And then after 3 weeks on ketamine, life, it's a 10. I mean, there's still annoyances in life and all those little stresses that come in the day, but my sense of humor is back and my joy for life is back. I take one dose of ketamine a day, and I've been doing this for approximately 2 months and noticing extraordinary changes for the better after about 3 weeks, and just continues to get better. I would recommend Joyous for people who are going through a hard time, through a trauma in their life, any kind of deep trauma that people are experiencing. I think Joyous will work in warp speed to get them through that and to help them not to go down those well-worn paths in the brain of depression and anxiety and negative thinking. I believe that ketamine changes all that, opening up new pathways in the brain, which is our natural being, which is our nature that we're born into, to be positive, to survive, to be happy. I believe that's our born nature. And I think ketamine assists the brain in anatomically healing and creating those new pathways. This is from my experience. I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for Joyous and their whole structure and the way they support people. And their product is excellent, and they make everything so easy and so comfortable. And it's just a no-brainer.